Everybody, welcome to my studio. This is a late night whip and chat. This is my favorite time of the night to diamond paint. I don't have the light pad on yet because I wanted you guys to see my progress on my mystery diamond painting without the light pad. It's turning out stunning. This canvas is 60 by 90, so I'm about a quarter of the way done with this. And at this point, I'm thinking Game of Thrones. She's got some armor here, and it is a woman. Her shoulder plate here, and I'm going to work on the sword here tonight. This is not going to be a long chat, but I didn't record on Sunday because I was painting this painting, but I was also baking chocolate chip cookies. So let me turn the light pad on. I was also talking to a very good friend of mine who, we all have our issues in this community. Mine is depression. Um, and this person needed someone to talk to. And I was happy to be that person Sunday night that could talk to her and just get her mind off of her problems. Sometimes it just helps to know that there's someone that cares. And so I kind of changed the subject, which I always have a way of doing. Oh, do you want to know what it says? Yes, I'm in my jammies, and it says, I'm sorry for what I said in my sleep, which is very appropriate for my whip and chats because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Now, I'm going to be very cognizant of the microphone, so I'm going to try not to drift away from it too much. I don't want sound to be an issue. So yeah, the dogs are in bed. Oh man, I think I need to see that. I'm gonna have to turn another light on because I need more light. I am blind. Yes, I am blind. Okay. So now you're seeing it in all of its glory. So I don't know what I was just talking about, but the dogs are in bed. Jake, also, that's the other thing I was doing on Sunday. I had to take him to the groomers. Um, and he is a Lhasa Apso. He has to be groomed every 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. And unfortunately, I let it go a little bit long this time, and I know better than that. So, poor thing, it's freezing outside, and now he's almost bald. But his hair, it's almost like human hair, and it grows like human hair. Um, so it was really long. And he will not let me brush him. And I was shocked at, because I got there a little early to pick him up on Sunday. And I was watching the groomer and what she was doing to my dog. He won't even let me come near him if he thinks I'm going to mess with his hair. He'll let me give him a bath. But like as far as cutting the hair around his eyes, oh no, he's not having it. He was just letting her do whatever she wanted to him. And I was like, you little brat. And the lady said, oh, that's because you're his mommy. And so, yeah, so $85 later, my dog is groomed. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I let it go so long sometimes is because it's a lot of money. And then I don't know what they used to bathe him in, but last night, oh my God, last night was Sunday night. Wow. God, Monday, today it just seems like 3 days in one day. So every time I got near him, I would start sneezing. So I'm not sure what they were using, what kind of products was in his hair, but oh my God, I couldn't even get near him. It's okay now, so I guess whatever it is dissipated. I don't know if it was a perfume or they're always doing something to be clever and charge me more money, but I clearly was allergic to it. I ended up having to take some Benadryl. Um, yeah, it was pretty bad. And of course, the dogs sleep in my bed. So what else was I doing Sunday? I don't know if I said this, but I was baking chocolate chip cookies. Now and I was talking to a friend. So multitasking, I'm the queen of multitasking. Yes. So I mixed up the mix and I would put the cookies in the oven and set the timer. And then I would come in here in Diamond Paint and talk to my friend. And then when the timer went off, I'd run into the kitchen and take the cookies out and put more in. Yeah, this went on for a while. So no whip and chat got recorded. Um, but I felt like it was important to um, spend my time with this person. Um, because when you're going through depression and you're having, I guess you want to, what might be described as an exacerbation, it's helpful to have somebody to talk to. Even though, you know, speaking from myself, when I'm depressed, I don't want to talk to anybody, but it really is better if you do, and if you can get that person to talk to you, and um, then they hang up and they don't feel as bad as they did when you first called them. At least I hope not. So today was Veterans Day and a federal holiday, but yes, I had to work. And the kids in this county had to go to school. Go figure. Now they had last Monday off because it was a teachers. I don't know. We used to call them planning days. I don't know if that's what they call them now, but it's essentially, it gives the teachers a break, I guess. So they took last. There's a lot of trash in this painting. There really is. I don't usually keep a trash container, but I started to with this one because it really just, where's the camera? There, yeah, there's quite a bit. Yeah, so Veterans Day. Yeah, my dad was in the Army. He served for 20 years. He went to um, Vietnam. He was in Vietnam, but he did not actually, he wasn't like, I don't know how to describe it. He was part of the intelligence community, and he never really talked about a lot about what he did, but his job involved a lot of office stuff. So, I mean, I was born in Virginia. He was um, stationed at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. I think that's the name of Fort. Is it Fort Belvoir? No, that's Kentucky. What is the fort in? Oh my God, it just went out of my head. I was born in Alexandria, Virginia. Fort, maybe it was Fort Belvoir. I don't know. But so, so he never talked a lot about his service. With and what he was exposed to, that kind of thing. Um, so my father has since passed away from complications of diabetes, and I do not want to get diabetes, so I really need to um, take my weight more serious than I do. And I think with the new year, I'm going to have to um, pay closer attention to that. It's just when I just prior to moving to here to Kansas, I went through a very bad period of anxiety and depression. basically had a nervous breakdown at work. And um, and my recovery from that has essentially, I just didn't care what I was eating. It was, it's not that I didn't care, it's just that it was like the least of my worries, you know? I would just eat whatever was there to eat and whatever I wanted to eat. When you live by yourself, you just kind of, there's really nobody there to hold you accountable. So as a result, yes, I put on weight, and now I'm having knee issues because I have arthritis. So I'm going to go see the knee doctor tomorrow. I want to just kind of roll over these diamonds and get them to lay flat. It's interesting, you'll hear the pops when you roll over them. All right, so I feel better. I don't know about you, but I feel better. I think no, I'm not done with this color. Okay, we can keep going. So my son is also a vet. He has served 20 years in the Air Force, and I'm very, very proud of him. He is a master sergeant. He has not retired. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. I'm pretty sure it's going to be soon, though. And then he's going to work as a civilian, basically just doing the same thing he's doing now, um, just not in the military, not subject to getting sent overseas, to some horrible place. He has been to Iraq a few times. He's been to Turkey, Spain, Korea. I think I've talked about this. Anyway, and they were going to make him go one more time, and he coincidentally needed surgery on his ankle, so that disqualified him from his last deployment. Oh, we were so upset about it. Oh, yeah. When he's got 3 kids and a wife who's just terrific. But gosh, it's so much work for her when he has to deploy. Those are the unsung heroes, the wives whose husbands have to deploy. And I do have popping drills here, but I'm putting them back. I think it's because it's just the nature. It's just the nature of having squares. You just have to get them all tucked in correctly. And then after that, they lay pretty flat. So I had pulled up some Thanksgiving questions. And you might want to think about using these questions maybe with your family as you're gathered around Thanksgiving dinner. So please feel free to use these questions. They're thought-provoking and maybe even fun for the family. And Thanksgiving is coming up. Oh, I'm so happy we get 2 days off, which means I'll have a 4-day weekend to diamond paint. Although I will be cooking and spending time with my son and his family, as I do every Thanksgiving. So that day probably won't do too much diamond painting, but I'm excited about it. I think I want to next work on the sword here. So that's kind of cool. So let's see what colors are going into the sword. All right, we need X, we need the percentage sign. Not always so easy to find. percentage. I got that. And then the X is 18. Now, I just have to make a comment here because earlier today, the symbol said 4. So I pulled number 4, not symbol 4, number 4, which was 310. And I was putting 310 like amongst these trees. And I thought, wow, that looks so weird. And then I realized number 4 was actually number 8. And why can't we just have like number 4 symbol be number 4 and number 8 symbol be number 8? I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, it's just one of my pet peeves because that I had to take several pieces of 310. I had to do surgery and, take out several 310s. No, I hadn't put down a whole lot, thank God. All right, we got that one. We got only 18. And I'm looking, it's probably one of these. Oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. All right. So it looks like this sword is going to be like a blue and gray. So the first question is, if you could thank one person, living or dead, for his or her influence on your life, who would you thank? Well, it's Veterans Day, and despite that, it would be my father. Um, oh my God, I would thank him tremendously. Um, I miss that guy. I really do. I really, really do. My mother is still alive, and God will strike me down for saying this, but I'd rather have him here than her. Um, just because I miss him. We would go to, he was a huge fan of Baltimore Orioles, and we would, anytime they were in town in St. Pete for spring training, we would go, and my dad by then was in a wheelchair, and we'd get wheelchair seats, which are fantastic. And I would take him to the games, and we would just have such a good time. Now, how did he influence me? I mean, my dad taught me he was very even tempered, and I think I am too. I very rarely lose my temper. It takes an awful lot for me to lose my temper. I can only think of one time when my dad lost his temper with me, and totally my fault. I skipped school, and boy, was he angry. So, yeah, um, I never did that again. Okay, there are a lot of these X's, but I got out this whole thing. Let me just make sure. Nope, not yet. They were on this painting somewhere because there's a lot of diamonds here. So yeah, my dad he was a big influence in my life. When my parents split up, I was like 12. Um, and I lived with my dad, and my siblings lived with my mother. And I'm so grateful because, well, that's a whole other story, but I'm so grateful that I got to live with my dad. Because I think I'm a better person for it. I really am. All right, let's see. What is one thing that you really appreciate about someone at the table? So, so if there were, I mean, at my Thanksgiving table is always going to be my, well, I say always, but usually it's my son, my daughter-in-law, um, and the grandkids. Now, something my son has been known to do, because he does supervise quite a few um, men, and a lot of them are away from their families. And he will invite them to Thanksgiving dinner, and it's so much fun. They bring their wives. Um, Most of them don't have kids yet. They have animals, but not too many have started having have started having kids yet. But my son will invite them to Thanksgiving dinner, and it just shows you how kind my son is. And what we'll do is we'll have our dinner, and then we'll sit and play games, poker, whatever, and it's just so much fun. And then these guys, they have a place to go, and they're not lonely. They're not left thinking about, missing their families, and they feel like they're part of something on Thanksgiving. So I've always enjoyed that part of. I don't know if that answers the question or not. Um, yeah, but yeah, there would be a lot of military people at our Thanksgiving table. And so, of course, I appreciate all of them for their service, which is another great thing to talk about on Veterans Day. Okay, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned this year? Oh, my goodness, because the year is almost over. Oh, that's a tough question. Silence. That's me thinking. Can you believe it? Yes, my brain is on overdrive. The most valuable lesson I've learned. Hmm. I think I've learned I have to be true to myself. I have to not be ashamed of the fact that I suffer from depression because I've always been very embarrassed by it. There's no cure for it. You can take medicine, but sometimes it creeps back in. But I've learned to own it, and I try to do what makes me happy and try not to feel guilty about how I handle it. And um, I think that's a good life's lesson. Just no matter what you do, you have to be true to yourself. And if you're not feeling the best one day, you need to tell people that, this is not a good day for me. I need to talk to somebody. Um, so yeah, I've learned that. I learned I need to reach out to other people and not isolate myself. I still do quite a bit of isolation. I'm not one that, there's some people that just cannot stay home. They're always going, 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 and I'm just not that person. I could stay home 24/7 and find things to do. Just in this craft room, for example. um, okay, we're getting the sword done here. So I think I almost finished this color. I really was hoping before I put this away, because I need to get back to Hope Run Steep, and I was hoping before I put this away, I'd at least have this part done, which may not happen, but I got a good portion of it done. All right, let's put these away. We'll at least finish the sword while we're talking tonight. And we're at 24 minutes, so we're doing okay. Let's work on the sword then. We want to finish it up. I need these. And that is, see, now there's threes, and I bet you it's not going to be three. I'm going to look at three. Three is H. So what is the symbol three? It is 22. Ah, okay. At least I am not so tired that I didn't figure that out before I put these drills down. So what were we talking about? And I will save these rest of these questions for future WIP and chats because I think they're pretty good questions for the holidays. Now this is the sword handle. So today was the AliExpress coupon sale. And I say coupon sale because all the stores claim to have their paintings on their air quotes sale. But I think they just raised their prices and then discounted them back to the regular. I don't know. I don't know because I don't pay that much attention to the prices because I'm always changing the size of the painting I want, depending on the detail I think I'm going to need. So one of the rules that I go by on my no buy is that if you are buying in an exchange, like the Ulster, then you can break your no buy. And because that person's going to buy something for you. But I have a new rule tonight. The new rule is that if you are, that if there's a sale, there's a lot of qualifications to this. If there's a sale and you're buying something for someone else and you see something for you, you have to get it because it's on sale. And the more you spend, the more coupons you get to use, right? Right. You're thinking, oh, this is crazy logic, Rebecca. It is crazy logic, but it's my logic. Okay, I need the stars and the E. Stars, where are you, stars? Oh, I am tired. Okay, let's find the stars. 12. The E is 9. I had 9 out before. 9. Here's 9. And I need 12, which is going to be little containers. Or maybe not. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's do the 12 first. So what did I buy on AliExpress today? So I had 2 exchange ever moments to buy. One for the Elfster and one for the Mystery Diamond Painting Fun Facebook group. This is the star. Okay, so I bought those 2. And then, of course, there were 2 that appealed to me that I bought for myself. Yes, I know, it's terrible. But in any case, I am now officially on, I cannot buy another thing. I just can't. I have some things coming up that, it's just I can't buy anything. Okay, so we did that. And let's put these stars over here. Is this right? Since we have it out, we might as well do this area. And then I purchased some really cute washi tape. That was pretty inexpensive. And I bought a little gnome. Just because I wanted a gnome. I know Bernard will be jealous, but he'll get over it. Because, I'm more of a, no, never mind. I'm just digressed with that thought. Never mind. So, yeah, I am getting tired. I think this sword is going to be it, and then we're going to call it a night. So yeah, the sale went well. The second Elfster did not draw today, so um, I was not able to purchase, but that's okay because that may not even involve AliExpress. That may be an Amazon purchase or some other site. So I don't even know what symbol I was just doing. Ease, yeah. Okay, I did want to finish the sword. But the paintings I picked out were just something I had not seen before, so I was pretty excited about them. But I have enough diamond paintings in my house to keep me busy for probably, well, I don't know, I'm gonna say 3 years at this point. I took all the Diamond Art Clubs, and I took them out of the closet that's behind me because I needed room to hang up some paintings. So I took all the Diamond Art Club boxes and put them into a different closet. And boy, I'm not going to tell you how many there were now. It's just there. I will say I'm not the worst. I've seen people with way more than what I have, but let's just say I've got enough to keep me really, really busy. So we are not going to be purchasing for a while. Now, if companies want to send me paintings, which they have, I got several from Wizardy Arts, and Wizardy Arts actually put my video on their website or on their Facebook page, which I thought was kind of cool. So before we go, one last subject. Okay. Mystery Diamond Painting Fun. I've talked about this before, and that's what this painting is. Um, that is a Facebook group. It's run by Christina Katzman. She is a dear soul. I love her to death. Um, you can join the group. It's similar to other Facebook groups. It's closed, so you have to answer a couple of questions to get in. I think this is a bad drill. And then once you get in, you'll be able to scroll through and see people's what they're working on. And what you're going to see is a lot of what's going on here. And this is because I don't want to be able to see the image through the light pad. So when it comes, because I live alone, I put this on myself before I turn the light pad on. But you can have a family member do it. So what happens is you sign up every 6 to 8 weeks. There'll be a sign up for a mystery diamond painting swap. And there'll be several categories, including what size you might like to have and whether or not you would prefer an ever moment painting. So I usually do choose the ever moments. And I choose the larger sizes. So this one was one where I had said I wanted something fantasy and I wanted it to be a large size and I wanted an ever moment. So what Christina does based on that information, she'll match you up with somebody. And the idea is that you talk to that person, talk about what you like, don't like, maybe send them some samples of stuff that you would like to do. And then you send them, you do the same thing with them and you send them a painting. And you can ask the company to leave the thumbnail picture off the canvas. There's no picture on this canvas. And leave it off of the inventory sheet. And most companies will do that. If you ask nicely, they will do that for you. That sword is turning out pretty cool, isn't it? What are we missing on this sword? A couple of spots here. What are these? Let's put those there and then we'll just call it a night. I know I've said that a few times, but so back to this mystery diamond painting fun. So then once you and then you ask the company, I do anyway. I mean, you guys can do it any way you want, but there's no rules as to how to do it. But I prefer to have the painting sent directly to the person I have swapped to, and vice versa. It cuts down on the amount of handling of that painting by the postal service. This is 3 dots. So what I do is I just do like a section at a time, and it just reveals itself to me as I'm painting it. What some people have started doing, and I think it's a very clever idea, is with this tape, they're making sections and they number the different sections. So they want you to open maybe section 1 here, and section 2 here, and section 3 here. And different days, you go to a different section of the painting, which I think makes it really fun. And maybe I'll do that on my next one. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, I did say 15, and that's probably one of my little containers again. Or maybe not. Oh, it is. Okay. There's not too many of these. We're just gonna finish up that sword. That is so cool looking. So if you're interested, like I said, it's Mystery Diamond Painting Fun. There is absolutely no rush because they just did their November drawing yesterday in time for the AliExpress sale, or so people could take advantage of that. But if you want to get in on the next swap, which would probably, I don't know if she'll do it again before Christmas, to be honest. What is wrong with this drill? It is just not laying flat. Okay, I'm tired. We're done. Yeah, there's just a few of those. That sword looks totally cool. Totally cool. So this is going to get put away. Hope Runs Steep will come back out. And I will start working on that again. It's just full of confetti and it's very time consuming. I don't mind confetti though, so it's just that it does take a little longer. So, and I want to get it done before Christmas. So we're going to put the kit away. Guys, thanks for coming on this journey with me, listening to my WIP and chat. You know, sometimes I go off on these tangents, but you know, that's just the way it is. I hope you guys took advantage of the sale today and that you're happy with what you bought or what you purchased for another person, because it's always good to think of other people. And I will be live on Wednesday for sticker by number, Christmas sticker by number, and I will see you in my next video or at live on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central. So everybody take care, and as always, she's got the cup, believe in the journey. All right, take care. Good night.